Today, we take on the world's most expensive dessert.
I've got lots of questions.
Back in 2011, this sold for £22,000. It was a Guinness World Record, and we need to find out why. We will be attempting our own version, digging into the backstory and adding a ridiculous twist to hopefully make ours even more expensive.
What the heck? What have you done?
So first step, what are we up against?
So let's talk about the layers.
We've got several Joconde biscuit or sponge, so it's an almond sponge, slightly more malleable, really moist, delicious. We've got layers of jelly, made with champagne nonetheless. A chocolate glaze, which we'll also throw gelatin at, so it's got that lovely mirror shine. Nice. Strawberries don't have caviar, so it's a pretentious way of saying sodium algamate strawberry puree spherified.
You can see why they put caviar on the menu though, right?
I'm slightly worried about these, because they have got to look like roses. Throw some gold at it and serve it in or on a Fabergé-style egg. So let's start with the sponge. So you want the egg whites with no finger grease for this particular recipe. We've done a lot of videos from the studio, but I don't think we've actually baked from here yet.
What a way to start, by making the world's most expensive dessert.
And we should be clear, I've not made a Joconde sponge since I was at uni. That's about 15 years ago. No.
No, it's not. It's 20 years ago.
No, that's when I might have started, but it's 18 years ago.
A Joconde sponge is made by folding French meringue through a ground almond sponge batter.
So a Joconde sponge is light, it's airy, but it's also chewy and moist.
Okay.
In a really positive way, it's layers of an opera cake named La Joconde after Mona Lisa's surname, Giocondo.
So Lisa was her middle name?
She was Lisa of the Giocondo family. Mona just means noble.
You learn something new every day.
And it's the ground almonds that make Gioconde what it is. The moisture and the oils from the almonds keep it nice and moist for longer, very malleable, very delicious. Add in some of the meringue to loosen it, and then fold in the rest, along with flour and melted butter. Only this much flour.
So we're not expecting much rise?
The rise will come from the air expanding, and there's lots of air in it, and some melted butter. Like Genoese and other sponge, traditional to make in large sheets that cook quickly, and then you cut and shape afterwards.
It's such a loose batter.
Try and gently ease it to the sides. Bake to a light golden brown.
The bejeweled chocolate dessert created in 2011 by chef Marc Guibert was designed as a promotional piece to draw attention to the Lindith Howe Country House Hotel in Cumbria in the UK. It was a luxury statement piece crafted to generate media buzz, showcase culinary artistry and attract high-end clientele. Basically, it was edible PR, but in order to beat the record at the time held by New York's Serendipity restaurant at £12,000, they'd have to significantly increase the value of the dish and, crucially, find someone willing to buy it.
So let's talk about what the cake sits on. It's a Fabergé-style egg.
Obviously not Fabergé, as in the house of Fabergé, of which there were only 52 ever made and only 46 are still known where they are. The rest have been lost to history.
But hey, that's marketing. We're going to take an Easter egg, fill it with chocolate, serve the cake on that. It's safe.
So melt the chocolate over a bain-marie. I bought you a chocolate egg, all you need to do is halve it. Perfectly.
Ebbs, you've bought me a chocolate egg that's cracked.
Which bit's cracked?
This bit?
Yeah, we only need half of it.
Oh, okay, sneaky. Right, sneaky.
The whole thing is going to sit on this.
Yep.
We only need half an egg.
Yep.
And it came with 2 halves.
Yep.
You've already messed up one of those chances.
It was messed up. It was messed up when it arrived.
For those watching at home, yes, absolutely, I would have heated the knife and just slid it straight through.
Oh my God, that's so much easier. One of my life goals has been to have a solid Easter egg. So once this sets up in the fridge, we'll be able to smooth it all over and finesse. So, to get a true reaction to our dish, we're going to serve this to the most pretentious member of our team, Barry. He's well known for spending far more money on things than he should. Now, we're not going to be using as expensive ingredients as the original had. However, I've been making a few phone calls, and when we get to the end of the dessert, I might have something that will blow the original out of the water.
Next up, champagne jelly. Now, jelly, a nice texture to offset the light, chewy sponge, the rich chocolate. Champagne, obviously, it has that prestige.
Usness.
No, just prestige. We're just going full champers, little bit of sugar, because this is a nice brute style, and maybe a little tinge of pink from some strawberry juice. Start with a standard breakfast measure of champagne, 500 ml.
Might need to work on your pouring, Techers.
Because I knew we were making jelly, I only put it in the fridge 20 minutes ago, because I want to heat it up, and now it's not cold enough to pour.
Is that a thing?
Oh yeah, trying to pour warm champagne is not only uncouth, but unmanageable. 500 ml of champagne, a touch of sugar.
So from what we can tell, there wasn't strawberries in the original champagne jelly. However, we think that the champagne jelly will be the same colour as the Giconde. So we're adding a little bit of strawberry pinkness to give it a little bit of a je ne sais quoi.
I do know, it's going to give it a blush. Just going to soak in cold water our gelatin sheets. And once they're all squidgy, we'll add it into our warm champagne and strawberry. Jelly, really easy to make. Find a liquid, set it with gelatin, make sure it's sweet enough so you eat it, it's delicious. This is just champagne, strawberry puree, a little bit of sugar. The gelatin softens, dissolves in hot liquid, and then sets in the fridge. We've lined the trays with cling film, and we've gone with just enough gelatin to liquid ratio so that it's pliable, malleable, cuttable, but not chewy. And we've got enough to make a second one in case we get it wrong the first time.
Back in 2011, the Bejeweled chocolate dessert was drumming up a fair amount of news interest, but no offers, until Carl Weininger entered the chat. Whilst billed by many as the ultimate romantic gesture, Mr. Weininger bought the pudding because he was dumped earlier this year and felt this could be a decent pick-me-up. He took the pudding to a charity ball to raise awareness for the charity Airability and added, "I'm not much of a chocolate lover myself, but everyone that tasted it said, wow." The 3x3-inch dessert was paired with a prestigious dessert wine and took guests 15 minutes to consume, working out at £800 per mouthful. Although Mr. Weininger did get more than just the thanks of his friends for his outlay. But we'll get to that.
15 years of doing this, thousands of recipes, jack of all trades, master of none. The one that I'm least confident with is anything with finesse. So we're going to model chocolate to look like roses. I think it might end up looking a cross between a rose, a tulip, and a pansy. So you start off with a cone, then you make lots of sort of random shaped petals. The important bit is just before you put it on, you've got this matte finish, then you basically just stroke it and it goes shiny. And that means you get this nice shine on your leaf and your petals at the end. And my understanding is, with petals, nature likes odd numbers, unlike legs on animals, where nature likes even numbers.
I don't know where to go from here, but it doesn't look bad.
Not terrible. I've never made better. Or worse, because that was my first.
So do we need to chill these so that they'll keep their shape?
Room temperature's good. Just don't put a hairdryer on it.
What makes you think I have a hairdryer?
Not terrible, Jay.
Yeah, we might actually do this.
So our chocolate ganache glazy thing is kind of a mirror glaze. The gelatin gives it the shine, so a couple more leaves of gelatin. And then we stir it into a warm mixture of cream, sugar, cocoa powder, and water. The key to this, and also the jeopardy for this, is to get it hot enough to melt the gelatin, but then to cool it down to kind of body temperature, 37, 38 degrees, before you start applying it to your dessert. Too hot, it will melt our jellies, it will melt everything else, and it will run straight off. Too cool, and you won't get the perfect shine. 38 degrees.
Look what I've just pulled out. Don't ask where from. Hey, how you doing?
Is that our friend?
Our guests have arrived. This is the special bit.
Jay, do you want to start levelling our egg base? And I'm going to blend more strawberries and get ready for our caviar. Spherification. Sodium alginate, a seaweed extract, about 1% of the solution that you want to set. And then when you drip it into a calcium bath at about 7 or 8%, it should form pearls.
Should.
Science.
I do not know how this is going to go. Right. Oh God, I think it's working. I'm levelling off our egg. Level, yes.
And then do the bottom, holding it from the side so you've got a flat edge.
Okay.
Lovely. No, you've stuck it, don't touch it.
I know, but it wasn't quite.
No, you missed the middle, but now don't touch it.
Let's carry on with that.
And then pass it through a sieve into another bowl. You can use this same approach for pretty much any liquid, oils, vinegars, fruit juices, just not anything that's got calcium in it. Essentially, you want to pipette lots of small little bits into our calcium bath. This speeds that up, I suppose. So the calcium bath is made from about a 7 or 8% solution of calcium lactate into water.
This is the bit where cooking meets science, so it should mean that Ben's in his element. But I can see little beads of sweat.
Now, I've been thinking, Jay,
Okay.
we haven't got any moulds to use, but given the theme of the video, why don't we just cut round a saffron box?
It sounds pretentious and expensive to me. Perfect. It's exactly what he described. It's moist, it's chewy, but it's light.
3 of those.
Lovely.
We need the same in jelly. This is an experiment. I've never cut jelly this thin.
This is all an experiment.
Again, the edges will lose because they're thinner than the rest. Will it come off of this, or do we need to go for the slightly thicker one we made? I know the answer. Fetch the thicker one, Jay.
Thicker one.
There are pastry chefs in the comments going, he just needed an extra leaf of gelatin and his life would have been easier. But would it have been as decadent? I would swear, but my mum might be watching. That was not my finest work. In my head, it was a bit neater than that, but it's saved with a mirror glaze.
Dare I say it? This might work out. Now to mirror glaze and do the final decoration.
I think it could do with another half an hour. I don't know if we've got another half an hour. Should we try it? We'll try one. Got a beautiful shine on it, but is it thick enough? No, this is not going to work. What are our options here?
Edible glitter set, gold. We want to cover our Fabergé style egg in that.
Because at the moment it's a Swiss egg.
Yeah, yeah. But I don't know how it's going to come out, so practice makes perfect.
Glad you practiced.
Oh, right. Here we go.
Is that what you wanted?
No. There you go. That's, well, it's more.
The House of Fabergé would be jealous.
So we played around with gold on the cake stand. We couldn't get it to look good. We switched to a plate, which I think looks a lot better. Everything's set. Now it's time to construct.
So for the layers, we're going to cover the outside in a really gorgeous dark chocolate glossy ganache. It's soft, it's silky. We'll spread that round, and then that sits on top of our egg. And we cover up anything else with roses and gold leaf.
Yeah. This is 100% one of those situations where less is probably more, and that is not my usual style.
And we've drained the strawberry caviar from the solution. We'll put that on last minute.
I think we've done it.
We made it.
We've made something.
It's got more pixels than the original one.
Yep, it's got a bit more gold leaf.
It's got personality of us. I think we just need to get Barry to try it.
Should we also bring in the thing that's going to make this a 1% wonder dish?
Oh gosh. Are we rolling? What point do I reference the man in the suit? Hello.
Baz, welcome to the kitchen.
Hello.
Ebbers and I have been busy all day making our 1% Wonders dish. So please lift the cloche.
What the heck?
This is our take on the world's most expensive dessert.
I've got lots of questions. I'm guessing there's some sort of story to this, because I don't understand the egg, the square and the roses, and the gold.
Bear with.
So Baz, in 2011, a hotel in Cumbria on Lake Windermere created the world's most expensive dessert in aid of National Chocolate Week, and their dessert sold for £22,000.
So we thought we wanted to try and beat it.
Could we make something that replicated the flavours and the elements of the dish, maybe improve on it in certain ways? But before you dig in, there is one final element that we need to add. Hannah, are you able to pop in?
Hello. Am I being proposed to? No.
So Baz, the reason that this dessert sold for £22,000 is that the hotel found a 2-carat diamond ring to be sold along with the dessert. So we've asked Hannah from Daniel Christopher Jewellery in Hatton Garden to come down and provide us with a ring. Now Hannah, can you explain a little bit about the ring that you brought with you?
Yes, of course. It's a 452-carat radiant. It's an E colour and a VS1 clarity, and it's set into 18-carat yellow gold.
And just out of interest, if we were to come to the jewellers and buy this, what's the retail value?
Retail value for this particular ring, I'd say around 90,000.
£90,000. So would you, in your professional opinion, say that this is now probably the most expensive dessert in the world?
Oh, definitely. Definitely with that diamond.
Jamie, listen, what have you done? This is outrageous.
Obviously, Baz, it's not just about the ring. Ebbers, do you want to explain the dessert itself?
Well, yeah, I mean, we've got layers of almond Joconde sponge, we've got champagne jelly, we've got strawberry caviar, gold leaf, and we've got beautiful chocolate roses, all set on a Fabergé style egg.
I see.
And if you account for all of those ingredients and Jamie and my time, we think this now values
Your time!
at £90,083.
Well done. Honestly, I couldn't think of anything more ridiculous. I love that so much. What theatre?
Before you dig in, Baz, Hannah, do you want to go rescue the ring?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to... Padlock back on.
Padlock back on, handcuffed back to the...
Not trusted.
come over to the safe side.
Now it's worthless. Dig in. Caviar. Oh my.
You're done.
Don't go into the Fabergé egg.
Yeah, don't go
What, you
into
said don't do
Fabergé
that
egg.
as well?
You're done.
Oh, sorry, that was it. That was it, sorry.
That was it.
So the all-important question is, after all of this, does it taste any good?
That is absolutely sensational for us. When it comes to baking, we struggle. But that is delicate, but also quite rich at the same time. Like, perfect.
And a little Tokai dessert wine
What?
to go with it. Tokai.
Tokai.
Late harvest.
Oh, delightful. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Completely solid.
Yeah, it's more of a table.
I thought it was going to be a hollow or some surprise in the middle, but okay.
Everybody's always wanted a pure solid Easter egg, right?
Ooh, got layers.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, milk and dark chocolate.
Congratulations, I think you've surpassed all expectations here for Jamie Spafford.
That feels like a compliment, but it's not.
It is. No, it really is.
Well, if somebody wants to buy our dessert, then, well, we could officially have the world's most expensive dessert.
I mean, it might have been a technicality, but
They used it.
so was theirs.
Yeah, perfect. A massive thank you to Hannah and Daniel Christopher Jewellery for supplying us with the ring. You can get all the information about them in the link downstairs. But please come through us if you're going to buy the dessert.
Affiliate link. We're doing affiliate link, definitely.
Hannah, do you want me to hold the briefcase? You want to help yourself some chocolate? Help yourself some chocolate.